Okay, let's see if we can get some. Let there be light. Let there be light. Mm-hmm. Thinking maybe I could do this trade breakdown since it literally just happened today on the MNQ. Today is Wednesday, August 5th, and got my coffee. I'm still looking to trade the ES, but I do look at MNQ. I do look at MNQ to just to compare and see what has the better setup. I back tested MNQ 2024 with the 15-minute orb strategy. That's what I'm currently using right now on demo and looking to be on live soon. But this is pretty much, this is not what we were seeing today. When I came here to the charts, I didn't even see this right here. So let me go ahead and, well, yeah. So on the 4 hour, let me do the bar replay. I didn't even see this right here at first. I don't think I had this marked out, this area. But if you look at it, obviously, look, price came up, boom, sell. Price came up, boom, sell. Price came up a third time and sold all the way down to here. That's insane, that sell off on the 4 hours. So right now, my bias was bullish because look at price, look at price right here. Bullish, starting to make higher lows and higher highs, higher low and looking to we're making a higher high. So I was looking for buys really, but um, yeah, obviously I'm pretty sure I had this at least in my mind marked out. So anyway, using the 15-minute strategy coming into the session today, I wasn't looking for sells, but I ended up taking a sell. I don't think it played out for a 1 to 2 with where I got in, but this is pretty much what happened. So 9:30 a.m. Yeah, let me put my lipstick on here. Did I have it on? There we go. And yeah, so I also have been watching some trades by Sai ICC. I don't know if any of y'all watch his stuff, but he explained higher highs and higher lows and market structure in a way that really made sense to me, with the indication price indicating that it wants to go higher. Why? Because this was an area where sellers obviously stepped in. So it made sense to me when he explained it, like this is an indication. Why? It's an indication that sellers are cooked here. There are no buyers are stepping in, right? An indication that price wants to go higher. And then you wait for the correction because price will pull back, and then take it up to the next higher high. So anyway, yeah, we're on the hourly right now. So price made the indication. This was yesterday. But we're gonna go to today. We're gonna go to today. And the 9:30 a.m. price was acting weird today. Um, because I feel like Trump speaks today and it's a Wednesday. So actually, I don't know if Wednesdays really affected the day of the week, really affected the strategy, because I wrote everything down by hand. So I'm not sure. on that. I would have to go back and look at my back testing results. However, I was still looking for a trade. I don't care because Trump doesn't speak until 4:30. So I was thinking maybe there might not be a trade this morning. Maybe the trade will be, later in the afternoon. But again, I ended up taking sales, and I got like a little bit over a 1-to-1. So, but I think it's going to a 1-to-2. I think it's because look, this key area, like we were talking about, major selling from here. So it makes sense coming into today that we would potentially be looking for sales also to fill all these gaps and all this down here, right? Indication, correction, look for sales back down into here, the correction, then look to take price up. That makes sense. So yeah, I'm on the 15 minute. This is a strategy. 9:30 opens up like this. I have my zone, my 15-minute range marked out. Let me just put it on here because I do have a thing. I just didn't feel like putting it on there. And so I'm going for now. Now I'm on the 5 minute, and look at this shit, bro. I'm like, it really messed around and chopped for a while, to be honest. Not a while, but I think like 10:30. But normally a lot of my trades that I back tested, they ended up playing out at like 9:55 or 10 or 5 minutes after 10, but sometimes not. So that's why you just gotta wait and be patient. I understand what they're saying here. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe, we're not taking buys today. We are definitely could be potentially taking sells. And that's why I like this strategy because, you can kind of take a trade almost every single day, depending on, how it breaks out to either the upside or the downside. So anyway, it's now 10:25. Price is looking bearish right now. I'm like, okay, if price breaks below here, okay, well, then I'm gonna be looking for sells, shorts. Into where? TP here. Or even lower maybe. Here. So look, boom, I'm getting this at 10:30. I'm getting this at 10:30. My entry was it at 10:30? I don't even know what time it was, but I know that it was. Yeah, so I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this. Oh my days. Yeah, so I ended up getting in right here. When I saw this candle break this low, I said, and wait, no, it actually gave, yeah. So I was looking at ES, but then I looked at M and Q, and it gave an actual tap of the actual zone. I mean, the 15-minute range. Like it tapped it and rejected it. So at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get in on NQ, MNQ. So that's where I got in, and I put my stop below, I mean, above the candle, this candle right here. It was like a 30-point stop, I believe. Maybe it was a little bit more, 38, I think it was. And that's a 1-to-2 if I don't even, so a 1-to-1 got hit immediately, pretty much. And then a 1-to-2, I might have got in a little bit later. But ideally, like that would have been the perfect entry right there. And a 1-to-2, like I said, TP, where? Here. Why here? Because look, buyers stepped in here. Buyers stepped in here. And also these gaps down here. So yeah, this was actually a really good trade. Look at this. And then, oh my days, look at that. It came all the way back up there though. So it would have been good to get out right there. That's 1-to-2.31. Like, that's it right there, family. Does it reverse? Let's see. Does it reverse? No. Look, this is playing out in real time right now. 11:25. It ended up coming all the way down here, which is a 1-to-3, and it still is looking bearish. It's just I'm sure it has lost volume by now, but yeah, you would have been done. You would have been done for the day, family. So that's another breakdown on the MNQ micro futures. Like I said before, I'm just doing this for myself, really, because yeah, just to hear yourself analyze the market and what you're seeing so that it makes sense. Um, you know, that's, in my opinion, that's how I'm going to grow and get better. So yeah, the 15-minute range, for some reason, after all the strategies that I've been through, this one, you know why I feel like this one stuck the most is because this one was the easiest to actually back test. And the one that for some reason, like it literally is so easy to back test. You just go every single day. And this was when I back tested it, I wasn't, um, I wasn't, I didn't keep in mind that about the higher time frame. I actually wasn't worried about the higher time frame. I just went from day to day to day on the 15-minute time frame, and I drew out the 15-minute range from 9:30 to 9:45, and I literally, it's pretty much like a break and retest. But once you start to learn more about trading and the different concepts, and like I was talking about before, on the 4 hour, we were bullish, but we were coming up onto this huge supply area. So, I understand what people mean when they say keep the larger time, higher time frame in mind, because although you may have been looking for buys coming into today, we caught sales. Why? Because look, boom, price had rejected here once before. Now, if price would have broken out of here, then that would have been a different story, right? So, anyway, I guess I'm just gonna finish it up there. That was my breakdown of MNQ micro futures, and I hope you found value from it. And that's it. That's all I got. Catch you later, mate.